Well, this is the Rehashed, where you will see the true Danny that we knew was there all along. But maybe worse.
Tell me that's the best you could bring me. Fucking annoying.
Plus, who are still friends after the grossest season of MAFS ever? One last line, let's do it.
You want the trash, I got it all for you. Let's rehash the MAFS together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
Hello, I'm Wilko, and I am sure that you are happy that is the last time you need to hear that intro or see that bride in the woods until next season. Before we start, just a quick thank you to you for supporting me this season through all the trash, mess, and drama on the channel. But remember, this channel is 365 days a year, so make sure you come back just sporadically and just check for things, because sometimes, you know, YouTube doesn't show you everything that I'm putting out. So make sure you've got those notifications on, make sure you're subscribed, and like this video if you can. We're going to get to your little chitty chats in the live stream in just a second. Before we get there, last night, MAFS saved everything that they would normally put in the reunion for this little money grab on a streaming service called Stan. They have done this, they've done their best, really, to gateway this show, and it makes me sad. But let's talk about that episode and break it down. They start with the episode telling us that the Danaconda! Oh, God, I wish I was getting kickbacks. And if he doesn't do Danaconda like that for his little sex toy, which is real, by the way. Yes, the Danaconda is releasing his own little sex toy. If he doesn't do that, then I don't know how to teach you marketing. Apparently, the Danaconda was late to filming. Apparently, he wanted some more money to appear on the After the Reunion show. You know, it was after the dinner party, now it's after the reunion. And my question is, isn't this guy rich? Wasn't that his whole narrative, that he had all this money? Maybe he had a bad night on the pokies and wants Channel 9 to cover some of his losses. Raha and Float Your Boat are first on the couch, which is really saying something, that both of them can be on the couch together. So many of these couples refuse to do this, and Steve explains he regrets the whole put a bullet comment. He's also now spinning that he thinks that the real issue was that he isn't good enough for Rachel. Which, I don't know. She disagrees.
I think that's really unfair. I was going to pick up my life and move for you.
They only saw each other once after the final vows. Once. For 2 days. Rachel had to beg him to visit her in Melbourne. And when he did, he also had other commitments in the city as well. He had told Danny that he was coming to Melbourne before he'd even told his TV bride, just planning some bro time. So I guess the priorities are like boats before bros, then before hoes. Just got to write this down. He also says a part of me a lot. And I know it's probably just one of those fallback terms, like, to be honest. But saying part of me all the time just sounds really sus. When we see the little bit of unseen footage that would have been really nice to see in the reunion episode, but anyway, I digress. Will I stop saying it? Probably not. Steve is talking to producers just before the reunion dinner, saying that he doesn't even want to see Raquel because he thinks that she's going to come for him.
Part of me doesn't even want to say hello to Rachel. I don't know if Becca's given her a plan.
Look, I also question the friendship between Rach and Beck. I get you have to support your friends, even when they make some missteps, but Beck has been so awful all season. It also turns out they lied to production about their little breakup, that they had also planned to possibly walk in together, but then the boats became a priority and that pissed Rachel off, so they walked in separately. Okay. And then the whole ring being put back on at the dinner party, well, that was just a symbol of the agreement of them being cool for the night, according to him. Like, it signaled hope, but also that was just the agreement. Super chat. More in 1 second. Thank you to Bonnie Vincent, who is also a sweet baby angel. She has gifted another membership. Oh, I don't know who she gifted it to, but that's sweet. Let us know if it was you. Malicious has given a super chat and said, now that MAFS is over, when's the OnlyFans content drop? Thanks for the trash, mess and drama this season, sir, and stop apologizing for your fabulous hair. It is slightly better today. It was insane. But it's always insane when I have to edit live. That's insanity. People, I don't know how people think it happens, but it's just me going like a psycho. Also, thank you to Super Chat for Little Miss Enigma. Super Chats for Wilko to have a holiday. Thanks, Wilko. I will be taking the rest of this week off, but not really because I'm making videos for next week. Daniel Robinson, 80, says, Wilko, your sweet baby angels, Dan, Kate, Bungie, and Kelpie have been glued to this absolute clusterfuck, and you have had us glued every night. Bungie has emotional? Me emotional? Me emotional. Oh, more emotional intelligence. I was like, what is that meant to be? And thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it to Dan, Kate, Bungie, and Kelpie. Bungie the Kelpie, sorry. Pete, Philosopher's Corner. Danny is a Marxist Utopia, no class. And Sarah, who is also a sweet baby angel member. Thank you very much for the super chat.
Super chat.
Okay, back to the program that we were watching. Steve does take some ownership of his shit communication skills, and he said he should not just gone back to his boat life and forgot all about his TV bride. But they ask Rachel if she thinks that Boat Boy actually wanted her after all the dust had settled.
Deep down, he didn't actually want to be with me.
How close to the pin is she? 3.5 around out of 5.
Wow.
I mean, so at Final Vows, he wasn't sure at all. Like, he was 3.5. Also a weird rating system out of 5. Like he's like he's reviewing a movie. Yes, I give it a 3.5 stars, Margaret, for this one. They could have done better on the CGI. Also, the story, the narrative's been terrible and very hard to follow. Missing plot points. Now, even though the Danaconda is missing, he is a no-show at this stage. Best believe the self-appointed Queen of Adelaide is absolutely here. Here she is, walking in, and apparently she knew that Danny wasn't going to be there because he texted her saying that Beck is the reason that the nation doesn't like him anymore. Mate, bring it in. Hey, Danaconda. Danaconda. Most of us don't like Beck either. You know, like, Danny, you dug your own geezer grave, so lie in it because you love lying so much. Okay. Beck also confirms that Danny was reassuring her off camera and was a lot more vulnerable and open, but wow, what a different story that we were seeing in his little producer confessionals. Some more unseen footage. This is where it all is. This is where everything is. This is not me promoting Stan. This is me being mad about it. More unseen footage from the reunion dinner when Baggage is mad that Danny won't admit that he said that he was falling in love with her.
Sometimes love isn't enough.
Instead, you dumped me.
So in this clip, he admits that he did say it, but love isn't enough. And he also made it seem like that he would be choosing her at Final Vows. Beck thinks that his goal was fame all along, and he knew that Beck would be controversial, so he stuck around so he could get those little bits of attention that he so desperately wants. There's also some more unseen footage of Danny really coming for Beck and the science. Now, this is it. This is the moment that we were gagging for in the reunion.
You want to be ashamed of yourself, MAFS do. I can fucking walk in Coles and get a better burger. It should be better than Beck. Can't be no worse. It's impossible. Fuck me.
Holy shit. He told her that day, like not long after recording this, that he was falling in love with her. And Steve is put on the spot at this moment, float your boat, because he's still mates with Danny. This is not a good guy. All of this doesn't change anything that Beck has done for me, but I do love that we know how bad Danny is now. Like, we knew it from the dribs and drabs that we saw in his little producer chats, but really, like, it's really bad. And I'm sure there's more than just this.
Shit. You're fucking shit at your jobs. Bring me better women.
Bring me better women, you disgusting piece of shit. And for the people who jump in the comments and go, oh, you just don't understand Danny's sense of humor. No, I can tell the difference when he's joking to when he's just being a piece of shit. And this is him being a piece of shit. As if he's some sort of king who needs women to be delivered at his feet. His feet that have socks that have holes fucking in them. Imagine what he would have acted like when the cameras weren't there. Oh, imagine what he would have acted like at that second choice lunch. You know, the second matches with the science? If there was no cameras there, all bets would have been off. Beck does say that Danny made him nuts. Danny made her nuts. Well, okay. Listen, we can blame Danny for little bits and pieces, but this is separate. Separate. I don't think it helps, but separate. I just don't like the whole like narrative of like Paul Beck. Beck, you still need to do like lots of work on yourself. I know that you're sitting on the couch and you're saying all the things and you're placating the nation, but still, I think Danny and Beck are just as calculated as each other because like anyone who wants to defend one of the other, I'm just not going to entertain it. Also, now to make it more messy, Steph is also about to talk about the DM slip and slide that she did with the Danaconda. She says that she shared the messages with Beck because she didn't want to lie. And I guess it's kind of smart, a little bit calculated to get ahead of the narrative because she probably knew it was going to come out eventually. And it's all that we've heard before. I just can't see it being a cheating scandal. You know what I mean? Like they're desperately trying to make it one, but it just doesn't read like that for me. It's a bit sus. But there's just not enough in it. Beck is so weirded out about how Steph could be cool with Danny while also...
He broke your friend's heart.
Yeah.
And that's what upset me so much.
I don't know if you are friends by the way that Steph was reacting to you in the show, so maybe you should go back and watch it again. Again, I take issue with this also, Beck, because you have done nothing but be two-faced with your so-called friends on the show, and Steph does something similar, nowhere near to the extent of which you have done, and now it's an issue. It's also hypocritical for me. And there was also a little chat at the end of the reunion dinner party where Steph says to Danny, can she have a chat? And then he says, nah, fuck ya.
Well, I just want... With all due respect.
I love it so much. Nah, fuck ya. You know, he's English, but the Australians really, it's really soaking into him. And then he also, straight after that comment, demands Farmer Luke to get rid of her as if he's some sort of bouncer. I'd love to know where Luke sits with all of this. I'm assuming just like him staring mindlessly out the window, eating his grain waves. He tells her, Danny tells Steph that she's blocked, and he's very much a petty little bitch about it. And this is stuff that I would have loved in the reunion.
Fucking little scam. Fucking little piss me off.
Stitch up, bro.
What a little charmer this guy is. This guy is exactly how he looks, thinking that, you look at him and you think, oh, maybe he's a shifty geezer, but he's got a good heart. You know what I mean? Like he looks shifty, but no, don't be fooled. He's just a snake with bad fashion sense. Let's get to some super chats.
Super
and
chat.
Also the socials. Thank you very much to Sylvia M. Green, who says, thank you, Wilko, for another crazy season. We were traveling through France with our teenage children. They also got hooked on the TMD. We all love you. Looking forward to this year ahead. Sylvia, Jason, and crew. Thank you so much for the super chat. And also, I love that it's a family event. God, I'm family-friendly programming, guys. It's happened here, Sweet Baby Angel. Also, Deb, who is a Sweet Baby Angel member forever and ever, amen. Beck is a do as I say person, not as I do. Ah, yes. Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. That absolutely makes sense. Not a snake. Danny is the kind of guy to smile at you whilst he shanks you. Yeah, Heather, I think you bang on there. And he expects you to like it and thank him for it. God, I can't wait to see him in Coles after Dean's delusional rant. Oh, God, I've got to slow down the chat, guys. You're all going too fast. You're too fast. You're too chatty. That's not me saying slow it down. Also, a super chat from Vintage Kerry, who is a huge supporter of the channel.
Super chat.
Who says, thanks for a great season and can't wait to watch the upcoming takes on this channel. Oh, there's so much trash, mess and drama that I've been just dipping my toe in. Obviously, I can't do too much while MAFS is on, but ooh. Like I get tingles when I think about the videos that you're going to get. This is me like overselling it, obviously. But I'm actually really excited because once MAFS is done, everyone's like, what are you going to do? And there's just going to be so much drama. So I'm really, really excited. All right, more of your chats very soon. First, let's get to Booty and the Big Fish. They are on the couch together, which is also surprising after watching it all back. David says that Alissa wasn't fully into him from the start, which I agree with. And she says that it was the commitment ceremony where David spoke his feelings and she couldn't handle it. That's where she turned. Alissa does agree that she could do better at the listening, which is one of the biggest understatements of the season. But in the end...
He just wasn't my person,
Yeah.
you know, and that is okay.
And that is okay. That also goes for Steve-O too. It's okay that someone's not your person. You just tell them that and not treat them like an arsehole. Like, Alissa, you knew that for such a long time, but you treated him poorly and you knew that he was investing everything in it while you fucking were not. So, and it's the same for Steve. Even if everyone around you, like, have some conviction. I understand that everyone has to deal with their emotions differently and they're trying to figure out, and you're in this bubble and everything, but also have some conviction. Sit with you and go, actually, do I want this? Probably not. Tell them. Sorry, I blacked out, guys. Was that another rant? I think Alissa just wanted to have him in the back pocket in case she wanted him. She also admits that at the second chance lunch, she crossed a line, which is a very different story to what we heard her repeat many, many times. Following her second choice, remember how she was with that guy? Was it Connor, which is her second choice science? And she got his Instagram and they followed each other. She said that wasn't the wisest thing. Again, understatement. Alissa can't give two shits because she's moved on so far in her life, and we'll get to that in just a second. She also admits that she blew so much of the show out of proportion, which is good to see that she can see that now, I guess. But Alissa also apparently did confess to David that she loved him.
I didn't.
Off camera a couple.
David! I didn't say I love you.
You probably had a little to drink.
Put it in the chat. I want to see it on the screen. Do we think that the Booty said to the Big Fish that she loved him after a couple of wines?
I love you, David. I do. Like I don't, but I do for right now because I've had a couple of drinks and let's kiss and do other stuff. And you can do things to my booty. Okay, that's
too much. Sylvia, they all need to go in the bin. All right, I want to see what people are saying. Do we believe? Oh, thanks. I think it's Keith. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, KG. Hit the like button. I want to know. I will see it. You will see me for MAFS. You will see me for MAFS UK. Again, I might not do every single episode, but you'll get every episode covered, you know, if that makes sense. I'm the better Alissa. Okay. Oh, you think she said it? Great. Thanks, Hazel. That's all I was waiting for. Alissa also denies that she wanted to have the final say at the final vows. That wasn't it. That wasn't why she was mad. But they don't even bring it up, like why she took it so hard. And she said things like, you spat in my face and you abandoned me. Like, why are the hosts there? Like, they didn't even ask her why she stood there and read her vows to nobody. Was that not a big thing? Because that was a huge thing to me. I found it fucking hilarious. Anyway, David is still single and Alissa has a new beau, and I guess we need to talk about that. The video's dropped from New Idea of her with the new beau, and it is a totally candid and not set up filming of them whatsoever, them canoodling. His name is Nathan Riles. Yeah, this is just them out in the wild. New Idea were not tipped off at this at all. They certainly didn't tag both of them in the post. Yeah, just him shirtless. You know what I mean? His name's Nathan Riles. Did I say that? Apparently he's an internet personality. Fuck, I hope that's my title. Is that what I'm called? No, I'm a cult leader. Sorry. I just want to know what to put on my email signature. Apparently, he was also on a Ninja Warrior, and he is a dad with a son. He is also based in Adelaide, so that makes sense. They can dominate South Australia together with other campaigns. So, you know the Daily Mail, Daily Mail Australia, they go in all in on MAFS every season. If you love a spoiler, Daily Mail, Before every episode, they will fucking spoil it. The whole week. They will spoil the whole week. They also invite the cast to their viewing parties towards the end of the season. And the most recent one, it was all very chummy with a bunch of them being invited. What I found very odd was Alissa's boyfriend, you just saw him comforting Beck on the floor while she was watching her faux love story back. Take a look. I mentioned this last night. I want to see if you found this interesting.
I wish you well.
You can always reach out if you want to.
Rubby, rubby, rubby.
The relationship is over.
How you going? What's happened?
Our breakup wasn't like I'll make you a bet right now. I'm a better man. 100 G's, I'm not there tomorrow.
I guess they're all close now. There's a lot of rubbing. Alissa is also all over Beck in these videos, and I guess they're both co-queens of Adelaide now. I just can't believe after everything that they would be this close. What did I miss? I can definitely smell another fallout on the cards. Don't worry. As for Beck, I'm not doing a bunch of memo me's tonight, but there was one that came through, and even though I didn't ask for any memo me's, so don't feel bad if you didn't send any. And we're not taking any calls tonight because God knows no one can make their phones work. But she had some points about Beck that I thought we should discuss at least. Now, a trigger warning, this part of the live will have some discussions around mental health that may be hard for some to hear. So Becca sat down with the Daily Mail and she said now that she's jobless and she's pretty much unemployable after the show. She said, the public hates me. The only version you got of me was a crying, insecure villain. That's not who I am. Leading up to one of the dinner parties, it was the first time in my life I actually wanted to end my life. I was put on watch and I felt like I'd embarrassed my family and friends. It was just too much. Now, no one deserves to feel like they have no way out of the pain. That fucking sucks. That really sucks. And it must have been awful for Beck. If I put my empathy hat on for 1 second. Jokes, I can't fit into hats. It must be awful knowing what you've done on the show and knowing that that's a bomb that's about to drop. There's no way that Beck was going to come out of that going, well, at least I think I'll get a good edit. She goes on to say that she was egged on by producers, and she keeps insisting that she's not the villain that she's been out to be. She's not a mean girl, and she just, on some occasions, had a really bad day. Now, some of it I really question because there were parts of it, and I understand it's a highly edited reality show. I say it all the time. We fully understand that. But you were incredibly calculated in the MAFS bathroom sessions. And then that day that Gia and Scott called it quits again for reals, I guess, you seemed really happy with yourself the next day that you'd kind of orchestrated that blow up. And also, if you're wondering what support is given to the Love Lab Rats, because now the show is really under pressure when they put people who should not be on the show, are not mentally strong enough to be on the show, like Beck, they have come out and said this. They said all participants have access to the show psychologist and welfare resources during filming, during broadcast, and once the program has ended. Nine has also additional service for participants should they like or need further individual, confidential psychological support. This service gives participants access to clinicians to support their involvement in the program in relation to their experiences. This service is available to all participants for as long as they need it. It does not end. Now, I'm going to keep that on record because I've heard from a lot of the Love Lab Rats over the years that that's bullshit. So, because I think previously it was some sort of like employee assistance program. And if you've ever worked with an EAP, we used to have one on when I worked in radio. They fucking suck. So I know they're not all created equal, but a lot of them really suck. So I feel for Beck. I hope Beck is real. This is what I really hope for Beck. I hope that I'm not sitting here saying that you're an alcoholic, Beck, but I am saying there is a correlation with you drinking even a minimal amount to you screaming. And if you're working on your mental health, I don't know if drinking is a great idea. And there was a lot of social media accounts pointing out that she was drinking, during the last things. And I don't know. It just feels like if you really wanted to work on yourself, you would be like, I'm just not going to do that because it doesn't actually work. I saw someone say that EAP support is actually good. Oh, that's nice. Lucky duck. According, my EAP support now is just you guys. So let's talk about who's still friends. According to New Idea, Chris and Cowboy Chris and Gia, they are still really good friends. And also apparently Cowboy Chris has had a really great transformation. Although, oh, there he is. Whoa, okay. Oh, he's so nature. He's so mask gay in the wilderness. He looks just as jacked as before. Can someone tell me what the transformation is? Like, I know he was like just a daddy before and now he's an actual dad, but anyway, Beck and Gia are not currently frenemies, but give it a hot minute. Just give it a minute. That's all I'm saying. Something could happen and then they'll just get together and then they'll fall apart again. Beck and Rachel are tight, and Rachel seems pretty good with most people from the season, like Alissa, Beck, Sam, and Rachel are a little crew, according to New Idea. Gia, Juliet, Brooke, and Melusion are tight. Oh, and speaking of Melusion...
I did not expect to get a villain edit because when I was talking to my friends before the show aired, I was like, don't even worry about watching it. I'm not going to even be in it. I'm a nobody. I'm so quiet. And then I started watching it and I was like, what the heck? Like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm not a mean girl. I'm not a bully. And everyone's like, she's mean. She's a bully. She's Regina George. Never in my life have I been referred to as a mean girl. So it was a lot for me to take in.
Was it a lot to take in because you were watching it and you were like, fuck, I'm really mean in this? I hope that that's the answer because you were really mean. And I agree, like, when I worked for you for the very short time and the little stints that we worked together when I lived back in Canberra, you seemed lovely. And then I watch you on this show, you were really fucking mean. So I get it that maybe your friends and family are like, I don't understand who this person is, but you were shit to that guy. So don't try and make it seem like, oh, I'm not this mean person. Well, you did it. Anyway, Elliot from season 12? God, fuck, what are we up to? Apparently he's tight with Sam, but they knew each other before. Elliot is also tight with Scott and David, and I don't know if you've seen any of their socials over the past few weeks, but they've really been going all out with the neck pillows. Look, I'm not putting up this video because some of it's homoerotic, because, some of it is. Like, there's one bit at the elevator right at the end of this, and I love that they all got the same neck pillows. Like, that's actually really great. See, what's going on in the elevator, guys? What's really going on there? Let's quickly talk about someone else. Rai, also from season 12. You might know him as the Warrior. He's been hanging out with everyone. He is desperately clinging on.
I have Ryan here with me, and I know he's actually a former cast member. However, I saw Ryan commenting on something on social media. This season, it's the most watched season but least amount of followers, and you said, no more MAFS, you said.
Well, what this season lacks is any kind of boundary. But once the boundary's broken, people get tired of that because there's no limit to it. If you can't grow from it, you can't go through it. And then people end up buying their followers, which is very amusing. Like, I'm washed up. I'm very washed up.
Did someone buy their followers?
Oh, they did.
Female or male?
Female.
Does it start with G and end with A?
He pretends he doesn't know who she's talking about, which says to me, it's Gia. I'm not great with putting all the clues together. There's so many good people on TikTok and they do all this stuff and they dig in real time. And I'm just like, God, guys, let's just have some fun with it. But I think I can figure that out. According to Chatter, who spoke to Joel, remember Jolmio, who was with Juliet? So she was at the dinner and then she wasn't at the reunion, and it's all because of this, apparently. Juliet tried to engage with Joel, but he wasn't interested. He also added that Gia was stirring the pot a bit. She said a few things that riled Juliet up, and Juliet and I started going at it and screaming at each other, he said, and no one could get a word in because we were just screaming at each other. See, put that in the show. I don't need all the flashbacks. Put that in the show. Juliet was saying that I didn't respect her boundaries. Then I revealed something that happened behind closed doors when we wanted to get a bit frisky. And I said no. And then Juliet actually squared up to me like face to face. And I thought she was going to slap me dead set. She was like looking at me eye to eye. And I thought she was going to slap me. I was almost thinking, do it, do it. It would only benefit me for you to slap me in the face. But she didn't do it, which is probably better. Then she just stormed off, and apparently she was crying in a hallway, like curled up in a ball. She was fucking deranged that night, unhinged, crazy behavior. Now, what I will say about Joel is he likes to get people fired up. I'm not excusing her behavior at all. Like, Deluju is exactly that. But Joel, you're a sassy little and you know it. And you do things deliberately and you need to fucking own it. Like, oh no, she's all riled up now and I didn't know this was going to happen. I'm not saying that it's all on you, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Hey, quickly, thank you to the donors who sent through to rehashed.com.au. You can go to the website. You can also get all your merch and everything. Thank you to all of the merch team who make everything. They do such an excellent job, and I'm not pressing the shirts myself, guys. And I really appreciate how quickly they get the orders out. Thank you to everybody who ordered this season and got their Girls shirts and Trash Mess and Drama and got the pins. I think the pins are almost done. So if you want a pin, now's your time because I'm not going to make any more of them. Thank you to Sarah. Sarah says she loves me. Oh, stop it, Sarah. Shelley, thank you for the donation. Called herself a lurker this season, which is cute. Thank you, Lorelei. Also to Elizabeth. She thanked me for the Trash Mess and Drama. Lynn thanked me for another season of MAFS. And Many or Menai thanked me for the love. So I appreciate all of the donations.
Super chat.
Thank you to Brooke Hintz. Thanks for the laughs and the TMD this season. Wilko, most unhinged season ever. Mean Girls Gone Wild. Can it be topped? I hope not. I hope not. I really hope not. Can we get a soulmates, friend soulmates? Oh, we could get a friend soulmate shirts. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of merch this year. Apologize, guys. There's a lot of episodes. I'm about to reveal to you how many I did for you. Also, I wasn't going to do it this season. This episode, but because we had so many in the last episode, but there was one that came through and I thought we should listen.
Memo me,
baby.
Memo me.
I also had someone wrote, if they never had to hear the Memo Me thing again, that it's something about like it would make their life better. I love that got them so mad. Like, I don't love it. But also like the things that affect people. Oof. So we've got Jess from Dubai. This is her first time Memo-ming and she's got some feelings.
Wilko, I'm Jess. I'm reaching out from faraway Dubai. I absolutely love your show. I'm a newbie. I found your YouTube channel around the same time that MAFS started airing this year, and I've been watching every single one of your episodes ever since. I've been a much entertained passenger princess in this crazy ride, so thank you so much for that. I just have to speak on one thing, and that's Beck and her whole journey this season. I'm actually truly shattered for her, and I have this theory, and I'd love to hear what your opinion is. When I look at Beck and her behavior this season, it is absolutely undeniable that she acted terribly on multiple occasions, right?
Yep.
She lacks finesse at the best of times and proper decency at the worst of times. It's definitely true. But then I compare her to Gia and Brooke, and I'm sorry, but they're not comparable at all. Those two girls, Brooke and Gia, are on a completely different wavelength when it comes to cruelty, meanness, and just downright spite. I think, and perhaps this is horrible to say, but I think it's actually who they are. They're so hardened, they're ruthless, to the point where I think they're actually entertained by the damage that they cause. Look at Gia's face yesterday or the day before when she was watching back her behavior on the couch session. She was sitting upright, actually smirking, and then she had the audacity to cry after when asked to comment on her behavior. I mean, I call complete bullshit. I think she had no regrets. She's not remorseful. You can see it. The same like how Brooke was when 2 Shillings called her out earlier before she stormed off. Then you look at Beck, right? During the same segment, she was wincing. She was covering her face. She was clearly uncomfortable and ashamed. She actually looked like she was in pain watching her own behavior. And I think this is the key here, the ability to separate the person from the behavior. And Beck was clearly ashamed, very clearly. Her issue is, despite her remorse, that she keeps making the same mistakes over and over. And for that, she desperately needs therapy. But Brooke and Gia, they need an exorcism, not sorry to say. Look, Beck reminds me of that saying, hurt people hurt people. She's obviously suffering with very low self-esteem. She's got trauma. She's broken. But I think she's got a good heart under all her ruffling. And I think it's really sad that we've witnessed a very real heartbreak on live TV for the sake of entertainment. She got massively played by Danny. He admitted himself at the final dinner party in an unaired scene that he did say he was falling in love with her. So she was telling the truth. And I think that needs acknowledgement. I think she also deserves more compassion. She was the messy, imperfect underdog of the season, and my heart just goes out to her. So that's all. Anyway, glad this craziness is over. Thanks for everything you do, and I guess we'll see you next season.
Thank you so much, Jess. Okay, all right. My thoughts on Beck and how she compares to Gia. So I agree with you that Beck is driven by her neuroses, essentially. So I really feel like she's driven by her insecurities, and I think that it is really sad. And I think I can't remember, I can never really remember exactly what I said on the shows, but I think in that episode I did point out that Gia was laughing at her behavior while Beck at least actually looked a little bit uncomfortable or icked out by her own behavior. I at least thought that. I hope I said it out loud. Someone go and fact check me. And I would agree with you for the most part that they are different in a lot of ways. The thing that really I struggle with Beck is when we saw the manipulation that she was pulling in the MAFS bathroom that I referred to earlier, and the joy she got out of trying to fuck Gia over. And I know that Gia is terrible, but that made me think, differently of Beck, because it showed that she was a lot more calculated than her just being driven by her insecurity and her pain, essentially. So I don't know if I fully agree. I can see where you're going with it, and I also don't think they're as bad on a lot of different levels, but I still think she needs to be held account just as much as Gia does. Yeah. Anyway, that's my feelings on that. Yeah, I agree. I think the calculated stuff really changed it for me, because before I was like, she's just driven by insecurity, and I felt for her, and I still feel for her, but I don't know, when you see sides of people and they're that calculated and you think, fuck, you went in and you were coaching her on how to try and fuck Scotty up. And that was so weird to me, because and I've watched so much shows like this, but my brain doesn't go to, okay, this is what we need to do. This is why I've never been on reality TV, and I'd never be good at it. So many people say, Wilko, you go on Big Brother. I can't play the game. I'll be voted out so quick. Also, I have sleep apnea. Who wants to watch me with a machine on Big Brother? Let's get to some chats before we wrap up. She's super reactive. Both can be true. That's true. All three need help. Agree. All right. I absolutely agree. What else we got? Hit me with your rhythm stick. Beck is less calculated than Gia as a whole, but then she can still be calculated, which proves she isn't always thinking erratically. True. MAFS fan 365. Agree with me. Thanks, Isabella. It's good to know that we can agree sometimes, but we can also respectfully disagree. That's the fun part. We can give Beck compassion, kindness while holding her accountable for her actions. Yeah, I agree. So, guess what? No more of me for the rest of this week. just the rest of this week because I'm working on some bigger videos which are going to drop early next week. So also, if you want to stay up to date with what's happening on the channel, you can in our post section on YouTube, okay? So there's a post community section on YouTube. If you go to Wilko Rehash, the homepage, you'll see posts up there. Go and click on it and you'll see a bunch of updates. We do polls there. I share photos and little bits and pieces. I'll also let you know what's dropping each week, okay? So just in case you're like, what's going on, Wilko? Where have you gone? Sometimes YouTube doesn't show you the videos I'm putting up. So go and check the posts, okay? You have to come back and check. Before I go,
Super chat.
Super chat. Thank you again to Bonnie Vincent, Sweet Baby Angel member. I think we should be able to switch one couple to see if there would be a better outcome. My pick would be switch Grayson and Tyson. Can you imagine Tyson with, with Julia? No, I think that would be really mean. That would be really, really mean. Boost the podcast. Who's boosting the podcast? Yeah, you can also find me, Wilko and Courts. You get 4 episodes of that per week. That happens all the time, every week. No matter if it's holidays or whatever, 4 episodes a week. No, I'm not. Oh, no, not currently. But there will be some podcast stuff happening. I've just got to get a little bit bigger, guys. Oh, also, thank you to you. Because I got a message today saying I hit 30,000 subscribers for Rehashed. That's not my doing. That's all you. So thank you so much to everyone who's decided to come and subscribe. And I'm sure a bunch of people are going to unsubscribe now to put me back under 30K. Thank you very much to everybody who supports the channel. And I really appreciate the members. Like, this show does not happen without members. And now that MAFS is over, members are going to get a whole lot more dedicated videos and dedicated live streams where we talk about a lot of different trash, mess, and drama, which is my promise to you. All right. Are you ready? This season, I have given you 48 videos for MAFS AU Season 13. I am not sure if that's something we should all be proud of. But thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the season, and I hope you don't go anywhere and you stick around. But for right now, I must say, but you left. Thanks for a real ride, Sweet Baby Angel.
But you left.
What's this I see? A big old daddy. Finally got a man who gonna marry me. But then I see a tear. You're not a man I feel. Wanna hear my thoughts on that? But you left. Baby, then you left. I got no regrets. I didn't do anything. But you left. We're outside glamping, you're talking feelings. I didn't think romance come with those things built in. I call you princess, you get all distressed. I'm ready for round 2, but you left. Baby, then you left. The fool who's out of 10, you better put on a dress. But you left. For a gentleman who treats me like a trash can. Not vulnerability, it makes me wanna puke, you see. Get my girls to fight my fight so I can sit and smoke all night. Watch out for that bus. Oops, I swear he slipped, officer. Baby, then you left. Got a scratch on your head from trying to wrestle this. But you up and left to me, and that's all that I can see. You're not like other guys. I don't think he gets it yet, but you left.
Hey, would you like a bonus bit? Hey, Ari, come and say hi. Ari, come here. No, why'd you come home now? Come here. My partner just got home and distracted the dogs. Ari, no, don't worry about him. Come here. Come give me a cuddle. You have to say hi to everybody. Come here. Cha-Cha, come up here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Ari dog, come up here. Come on. Come up here. Uppa. Yes. Here we go, the boys. Everyone says, where are they? They're sleeping on the floor. They're busy. Ah. Whew. But you left, I guess.